Just as the baby bulls were at their weakest, dripping in sweat and goo, praying for a pumpulation to end the dumpulation, the Moon Boys' prayers were answered. So if over the last week you weren't even scared, in fact you were buying, hit that like and subscribe, get signed up with FEMX or BITUNIX blogs for my Bitcoin, altcoins, or trade. And without any further ado, we absolutely have to dump, or should I say pump on in, absolutely big time. It is quite banana mode to see that, well, for example, this is going to change by the time this video gets uploaded, but I'm looking on the side of my screen right now. Bitcoin up nearly 10%, Cardano up 65%, and some of these other coins up massively as well. XRP, Solana, obviously, because of the news that we just received. And it turns out that the fear was maybe not the time to be selling. Maybe it turns out that the time when the max fear showed up for the first time in 3 years, maybe that wasn't the best time to be selling. Maybe that was selling the bottom. If you're listening to this and maybe that's making you a widow itsy bitsy upset, maybe you should try buying bottoms instead of selling the bottoms. So let's take a look at some of the news we see here. So clearly this is the tweet that sparked it. The US Crypto Reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of crypto tax by the Biden administration. Here we go. Crypto Strategic Reserve that includes XRP, Solana, and ADA. A lot of people were losing their marbles over this, thinking, oh my goodness, oh good golly, they didn't mention Bitcoin, he didn't mention Ethereum, it's all ogre. But he did clarify, he says, obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum, as other valuable cryptos, will be at the heart of the reserve. I love Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that put the Moon Boys' concerns to rest. Basically, this is very big for the space, and the market is reacting feverishly. The market is erupting because of this. A crypto reserve in some form or another is clearly in the works. And now, again, the people that are fearful, that have no faith, don't think anything good can happen in the crypto markets, they're finally getting a taste of reality again, in the sense that, guys, the pump is going to come, right? Literally 24 hours ago, people were literally soiling their diapers, just cowering in fear, sweating, shaking, trembling, okay? And 24 hours later, we're reminded, oh wait, okay, maybe things can pump, right? I'm not surprised. If you're surprised, it's because you're newer to this market, and that's okay. Just stop screaming so loud when you shouldn't be, right? If you have 6 months of experience, I don't want to be rude, but like if you the US government is literally telling you they're going to kickstart alt season by buying your bags. So I was actually talking to a friend yesterday, and this was before the pump, obviously, and I was just saying, yeah, I mean, we were just having a discussion about the reason sentiment is so bad is primarily because altcoins have been doing horribly. Bitcoin itself is doing really, I mean, it's done really well over the past couple of months, but altcoins are not, and that's why like sentiment, this is a major reason sentiment is so poor right now. And of course, today we get this major, specifically to Bitcoin and ETH also, but major specifically to these major altcoins announcement that kind of put a lot of fears to rest about this. And it was actually kind of funny because he asked me if I bought this most recent dip, and I had to be honest, I couldn't really, because I'm literally like completely invested in this market. It's the beginning of the month, so I just paid some bills. I think I have like $200 in my checking account. Literally all of my money is invested in crypto. And that's what's funny is like even people I've known for years, like some of my closest friends, they even struggle to fully believe that I'm like actually fully invested in this market. Sometimes they'll ask me things like, oh, like you like make YouTube videos and you like say this and stuff, but like obviously you know, or maybe they think I exaggerate that I have like all of my net worth invested or something. It's not an exaggeration. I'm literally completely exposed to this market. I basically have like not much more money I can put in right now. So basically the point of me saying this is, yeah, like I'm talking about Bitcoin and this every day, I'm putting also my money clear. I mean, I don't have any more money to put where my mouth is because my money already is where my mouth is, but gigantic. We see the MVRVZ score model projecting a market to peak around $315,000 per Bitcoin. Guys, I'm extremely bullish. On-chain indicators feel like this, like something is unfinished, because it is. In my opinion, we haven't seen the most explosive part of the bull market yet, despite all the fear we've seen. CryptoZar David Sachs says more to come at the White House Crypto Summit, which is on Friday, March 7th. Something big is coming. This is not really I don't know. I feel like this is not the time to be bearish on these markets. So what has happened? Well, Bitcoin went and basically filled the entire CME gap right around slightly underneath 80K. We see that after this gigantic most increase in fear we've seen in 3 years in this market, afterwards, we get an announcement here. And was it a chance to just, was it a fake out? Was it a bear trap? Probably, most likely. I mean, and also 30% pullbacks in bull markets, as we've said, and everyone knows or should know at this point, is routine. In fact, we got down about 28%. Now we are about 13% from all-time highs, which means we need about a 16% pump on Bitcoin or 15% pump on Bitcoin to be back at new all-time highs. Doable. We're already up currently 10% today. This space, I mean, we're back within this trading range, for example. Could we still get some downside volatility in the next 24, 48 hours or this week? Sure. What does it matter? Look at this, coming down almost to the 50-week moving average on Bitcoin, currently above the 21-week. Crazy, right? With a candle close, this is crazy. This is crazy as well. With the weekly candle close being in 6 hours, meaning if we hold above 90K, then this is a very bullish weekly candle that sets us up for a very nice week. We see as well the momentum on the weekly chart for Bitcoin can easily flip. The daily chart, we're about to get a bullish cross after being pretty oversold on the RSI, the most oversold we've been since, I don't know, back in maybe the summer of 2024. So about a little less than a year ago. On the daily chart specifically, bouncing right at the 100-day moving average. Man, I mean, this is how fast things can switch in this market. I say it all the time. A lot of people say it, but just I think new people have trouble understanding how this market works. Sure, we could go down for weeks and weeks, months at a time, and then just like that, you close. If you're asleep or on vacation for 1 or 2 weeks, you can miss like most of a bull market. You need to be glued in at all times because things like this can happen, right? I know I'm looking at the side of my screen, especially if you're holding, I mean, Cardano is up 62% at the time of me recording this. It was up even a little bit more than that, actually. Let's take a look. Just up massively, right? It's up over 60%. XRP is up over 30%. And Solana is up over 20% right now because of the Donald Trump's crypto reserve tweet. That's all it took. He has an executive order on digital assets directed to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve. That includes Solana, Cardano, and XRP, and others, right? That's why I had to clarify Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. So just like that, it is completely flipped to, and like as predicted, right? If you were panicking at max fear, you fell for it again for the 1 trillionth times a trillionth time. It happens so often. And sometimes it literally is that easy, but it's just people fail to benefit because they let their emotions ruin things for them. So I think that this month could be, I mean, this is literally only the second day of March. The past few months for Bitcoin have been sideways. Altcoins have been getting banged, but this is the very first gigantic signal that altcoins now, we're going to see alts pump. And you're going to be, the crazy thing is, alts like haven't really pumped for the past 2 or so years. And there's going to be a couple of months, most likely, just like we've seen before, there's going to be a couple of months where altcoins reach their new all-time highs and beyond, and you make a ton of money, or you would if you're invested, you make a ton of money in those alts. And it's going to happen in a very, very, very small amount of time. You're going to be overcome with euphoria. You're probably not going to sell, and then there might be a big pullback and you just don't benefit from it, like a lot of people never do, right? But the point is, you need to be ready for when it happens. And For example, if you're holding Cardano, you're literally up 60% today. That's insane, right? Like, this is a weekly chart. We're back to basically the highest. We're very close to the highest we've been since back in the last bull market. And soon, I firmly believe Cardano and a lot of these other top alts are going to be at their all-time highs and beyond. And for a lot of people, it's going to happen like this, and they're going to miss it. And they're going to be buying Cardano at $4 or $5. They're going to be buying Bitcoin at $250,000. I think people got way too bearish way too fast. And I think this is just, look at what the market is doing on this news. Imagine when there actually is a crypto reserve, because this is just, further talking about it. But it is basically the biggest news that we've seen in terms of pro-crypto policy in the US ever. This is the most pro-crypto the US has ever been. And it is going to pump your bags. And everybody that's been lying to themselves for the past couple of weeks saying, oh, this, it's not going to pump, you're wrong. I mean, you'll see it soon, but it's just very unlikely that those people are right. And I think this is just more confirmation of that. If all it takes is a little tweet of like, the promise of delivery on what they've been campaigning on, what the Trump campaign has been campaigning on a crypto strategic reserve, imagine when it happens. It's going to pump way more, right? So relax. And if you want to buy Bitcoin, altcoins, or trade, get it signed up with FEMX or BITUNIX below. Without further ado,